Hello everybody and welcome to another Tomb Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, clearly November 8th, 2022, and we are back with update number 61. So to start it all off, today has been one of the most volatile and wild days I've ever seen in crypto. So just to take a pause from that for a minute, if you weren't aware, Bitcoin started out the day trading just over $20,000. The high was 20,675, but the low was 17,500. So it was about a $3,100 to $3,200 drop happening in the amount of one day, and it was about a 15% move. Now, what that did was it drastically affected the entire market. I mean, every single token on the market took a massive hit today. Most of them retesting or sweeping or breaking their June lows, June of 2022. So a pretty dramatic event. So anyway, that's what he's referring to there as one of the most volatile and wild days he's ever seen in crypto. So we're waiting for the markets to settle a bit before releasing this Tomb Tuesday edition. All right, now market commentary is that we continue to see volatility ahead. So a low risk yield farming strategy with stables is the best place to be right now. Earning yields with the fountain as well as the LP pools, single staking pools continue to be your best strategy right now. Now he goes on to say going long or short on futures, you're going to get wrecked. A little nod over to CZ Binance with Safu. And so anyway, the markets are always interesting to watch, and it was just a wild and crazy day. All right, now finishing off on the second half of the monologue, in a couple of months, we are heading to Miami. All right, so more on that in a little bit. Last week was all about fine-tuning the fountain, clearing off some of the workloads between Tomb Chain, L3USD, Tomb, and Life, and we celebrated another milestone event for Tomb Chain. We'll talk about that in just 1 minute. So let's get right into it. Miami will be the flagship event of the Miami Blockchain Week and will be focused heavily on Web3, DeFi, emerging blockchain technologies, and security. With speakers that range from industry pioneers to future blockchain visionaries, this event is definitely one you do not want to miss. Speaking of speakers, I am very happy to announce the first of many exciting speakers we will have at Quantum Miami, Andre. Andre's coming back. All right, so the godfather, or the quote-unquote godfather of DeFi, if you haven't been familiar with his story, he was around for a long time, made a lot of things happen. He left for a while. If you remember those June lows, it was near that same time. So there was just a lot of action with AC. Huge, pivotal part of DeFi altogether, but a massive, massive part of Phantom. Which is the underlying blockchain that Tomb rides on. So a really, really, really big deal. And he's back, and Quantum has him, right? So we have a featured speaker over at Quantum Miami during the Miami Blockchain Week. So really awesome to have right there. Now, if you want to read more about it, you could take a look at the article on Yahoo. You could visit quantummiami.com. There are tickets for those. So the early bird discount expires November 30th. So just something that you want to be aware of if you are thinking about heading down there. All right, moving on. Tomb updates. This is a continuation from last week where we talked about having a list of things that need to be fixed, some minor bug fixes, some tweaks here and there, a few adjustments here and there, those types of things. So there's a list that the developers are working on and sort of chipping away at. Some of those things can take days and days and days upon time, but it's at this moment where we could sort of spare those resources, try to get those things buttoned up before the next big push. So that's something that they're taking care of as a reminder of all of the yields. So what Harry was referencing in that opening monologue, Cemetery V2, Mortuary, Mausoleum, Genesis, Masonry, these are all found on tomb.com. These are all things that you could take a look at getting into if you're not already in, especially the ones that have stable pools or single staking for stables. Those are the ones where you can sort of not get caught into these big, $3,200 down days with Bitcoin that's dragging down the entire market. All right, moving on, we're talking about life vaults. Now, we have talked about this before, but they are on the horizon now. We have a picture. All right, so I've included a preview of what the vaults will look like. In the first iteration, you'll be able to lock your life and earn L3USD. The mechanics are still being fleshed out in the beta, right? And there's more work that needs to be done before we officially launch it to our users. But this is another piece of the overall Tomb Life ecosystem puzzle and a product that I am very proud of. Now, below I added Life Roadmap. Now, this is akin to unveiling that Christmas daily calendar. You guys remember those things? So you got all 31 days. You kind of, the Advent calendar, I believe it was called. You open up the window, you get the little piece of, anyway. So a little bit akin to that. We'll take a look at that in just 1 second. When one achievement is unlocked, the next one will be revealed. So as you can see, we have unlocked the Fountain of Life. And so we are unveiling the Life Vaults. This is much still on the horizon. There is still much on the horizon, some of which have been previously announced, and others will be a surprise to all. All right, so here we could see the Life preview right here. Swap Farm, Terrace, Greenhouse, Fountain of Vaults, right? And then other. Lock your life to earn L3. And of course, these numbers are arbitrary. They don't mean anything, but you can sort of see some stuff here, right? You got locks, average lock time, you know, in months, your locking period, remainder of what's locked, earned to date, 7 days, 60 days, 4 years. So we have locks coming. These vaults have locks built in, allowing you to lock up your life token for years and then be able to earn L3 stablecoin for that locking. So very, very, very cool. All right, and this is what I was referring to with the sort of the Christmas Advent calendar here, the roadmap of life. So we have unlocked the Fountain of Life as we did last week, or 2 weeks ago, I think it was last week, but stake your L share tokens to earn life rewards when conditions are met. Unlocked it, and therefore we have unveiled the next milestone, staking vaults, and what we just talked about right now. Lock your tokens for a certain amount of time to earn staking rewards, and you can see there is so much more to come. So very exciting. Looking forward to see what we get to unveil after we have these vaults going and of that nature. So cool stuff is on the horizon. While we're talking about life, let's get into the Life wallet. So the team has been working nonstop trying to wrap up the final pieces of our brand new in-house Life wallet. This is yet another very important step to get out there into the public so that it's operational for any new investors that start piling back into crypto and DeFi in the next cycle. We aim to make our Life wallet clean, simple, and elegant while keeping it packed with features that make the most sense for our protocol. This blend of form and function is not an easy task, but our beta so far has me really excited, and I will be happy to announce when it's ready for everyone to use. So that's awesome right there. Life wallet is coming soon. Moving on, we have a milestone event for Tomb Chain. 1 million transactions. So Tomb Chain has reached another impressive milestone, over 1 million transactions on chain. We can see in that picture it's actually 1.148 million transactions, which is absolutely amazing. Wallets right now are sitting at 33.98, so that's great. Harry does go on to say the challenges I faced while building, operating, and maintaining Tomb Chain were more complex than I had initially anticipated. That being said, myself and the team have stepped up and overcome every challenge we faced, and I am so proud to see Tomb Chain has reached 1 million transactions. Now, that really is a very impressive milestone. So it's amazing to see where we've come from a few months. It's amazing to see where we've come from an entire year. So really cool stuff is right there. All right, moving on with FELIX updates. FELIX has recently launched Tarot. We talked about that last week. Added some articles over to its Medium. We talked about that last week. This week, FELIX reiterates some of its major features, such as deep liquidity, battle-tested security, And then tools, advanced tools that let you trade like a trader. You put your limits in, you put your stop limits in. You could buy on market and then quickly move that to a limit. You could do OCO orders, I mean the whole bit. Like all of that stuff is available when you have a SEX of that nature as opposed to a DEX. So it's, pros and cons of everything, but if you are looking for the pros and cons, you can go check out the Medium article that they released last week about that. But what it comes down to is those features are really, really, really important, especially if you're a trader. And FELIX is designed to allow you to trade the entire market, plus, DeFi-centric tokens that you won't find on many other exchanges, if any sexes, outside of some DEXs. All right, so that's really good. All those features are over here for FELIX. Last up, basically last up, Fannie and T-Bone updates. This is the Yay-Rolled Life. This is part 4, but Yay-Rolled, what is Tomb? If you have been following up with the comics, you will notice that all of these have a theme, what's going on, and this one, Tomb is Life, and Life is Tomb. So Yay-Rolled does respond to the masses with Tomb is Life, and Life is Tomb. All right, the Life protocol is now in a very good stage of completeness, and some resources and assets have been dedicated to helping the T-Bone and Fannie airdrops come to fruition. As mentioned in the previous TT, timing is of the utmost importance. You have not been forgotten about, and I really appreciate your patience. All right, so then we go to the future is bright, and that's really where we wrap it all up. So, we don't have to read this one over as we do every week in Tomb and Life ecosystem. So everything that's on this checklist here, everything that is part of the Tomb and Life ecosystem, all of these things, the green ones obviously represent live, the grayed out ones represent ones that haven't launched yet, and the grayed out ones that are hidden represent ones that have not even been announced yet. So there's still, this is already a ridiculous amount of things for a protocol, or 2 protocols, or at this point maybe even 3 for L3, but this is a ridiculous amount of things right here. And there's still more to come. There's still all of this coming too. Just the grayed out stuff that we've talked about that is being worked on right now at the moment. So just an amazing, amazing thing to see. And the sight of it is pretty wild, how many things are out there and how many more will be coming. But again, that will wrap it up for this week's Tomb Tuesday. As always, we keep calm, tomb on, and enjoy life.